Hi, this is Brandy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all my new subscribers and to all of those who have been watching some of my videos. I really appreciate that. Today I'm going to be showing you how to actually make the waterfall journal. I won't be decorating it. I'm just going to show you how to make the actual foundation base of the waterfall journal. So to get started, what you're going to need is a paper trimmer, 4 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. You'll need a bone folder and a scoreboard. Or if you don't have a scoreboard and a bone folder, you can use something like you could use a ruler with the end of a pen. Just something for you to get those lines started where you're going to be creasing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut your paper in half. So you're going to cut it at 6 inches with your paper trimmer. Now I'm not going to do that on camera because I've already cut my pages. So you will cut all 4 of your 12 by 12 sheets at 6 inches. Okay, so if you care what direction your thing goes in, then just make sure, like if you have directional paper, when you cut the 12 inches, you want to cut it across this part of the paper and not this part of the paper. Because of course, if you did it that way, then everything is going to be sideways. So it just really depends on what you want your end product to look like. This is Tim Holtz 12 by 12 paper. I've had it for some time. I ordered it off of Amazon. So in that pack, it had like large prints and then smaller prints of the same paper, and I used the smaller. Now you're only going to use 7 of the sheets, so you're going to end up with one 6 by 12 inch sheet that you do not use, but you can save it to make some ephemera pieces with. So the first thing I want to do is decide what I want to be my cover. So you want to just look at all your pages and see if there is something that stands out to you that you would like to be the cover of your journal, which of course you can decorate further. You just want it to be that first page. So I've already looked through these and I've chosen this one to be my first page. The first thing I'm going to do is put this in my scoreboard. All right. And I want this to be, my cover to be 3 inches. So this is a 12 by 12 or 12 by 6 piece of paper. So I'm going to go over from the 12, 3 inches. So my first score is going to be at 9 inches. Okay. And we're going to set that aside. Then you're going to put your next paper in, and you want to make sure you have it facing the right direction, okay? This is how it's going to be laid out. When we fold it, it's going to look like this. So you just want to make sure orientation for your paper is going the correct way. So now we're going to go down a 1/2 inch every time. So this piece we will score at 8.5. The next piece, and you could go through these and put them in the order you want them in. I don't care, so I just going along. All right, so this one's going to be at 8 inches. And the next one will be at 7.5. Then we have 6 inches. I'm sorry, 7 inches. I was just thinking we're going to 6 inches. And so my mouth said that out loud. All right. So now this one is 6.5. And our very last sheet should be right in the middle at 6 inches. And this is going to be the middle page of your journal. This will be the one that's right in the middle. So now we're going to crease. Those two words always get mixed up in my brain. On our lines. If you fold it the wrong way, it's going to be upside down. Just flip it over. I'm glad I did that because then we can see that's what I did wrong. So when you fold these, the ones that, you know, have the longer side is always going to be on the back end. And then you're just going to layer it up like this. All right, so this is our cover one. So we have them all stacked together now, and as you can see, they have 1/2 inch increments, and your very center page is your 6 by 6. So that's going to be in the center. So if you kind of want to pick your pages out, you can. It gets a little confusing if you do that, but you know, if you want to, that's what you would want to do. So then, for those of you who may be newer and don't know how to bind a journal, I'll show you that real quick. This is my little journal binding bag. It's from a Mardi Gras parade. So I have my binder clips, some waxed thread. I keep my needle on my Ziploc bag or else it gets lost. And then just a whole bunch of binding clips. And if you're in the United States, Dollar Tree is a great place to buy these binder clips or office supply. My cat is yelling at me because it's at night and he thinks I'm going to bed and I haven't fed him yet. So I apologize for that. All right. So the first, what you want to do is make sure all your pages are lined up correctly. Stack them, make sure everything's pushed together well. This, even after making as many journals as I have, this part still intimidates me. I'm so afraid I'm going to mess something up. But in the end, even if you don't do it perfect, it still looks okay. But you know what? I think I'm going to. So you want to do about 3 times the length. I usually am more generous than that because I like to have some extra in case I want to do charms on the end. So we're going to cut that. Thread our needle. You got to kind of squish it flat, which it does squish easily because the wax on it. All right, you don't want to like double it or anything. I just pull it down so I make sure my needle doesn't come off of it. So now we're going to take our awl, or if you had a bigger sewing needle, you could also use that if you don't have one of these. And I use an old book. I just eyeball the center. If you want to measure it, you can. I never do. You want to put one hole there. Make sure you go all the way through. That's definitely not in the center, but we're just going to go with it. And do one hole here. And one down here. My middle one is a little off, but oh well, it's handmade. We're gonna go, I like to start in the middle. That way if I want to tie a bow or do charms hanging off, it's in the center of the, coming out of the center of the book. You can also start at this side, and then your tail's going to end up on the outside. So just do whichever one you like best. And I've seen this is a pamphlet stitch. I've seen it done several different ways, so I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it. once I go through that hole, I'm going to come up to this top hole. He's still not happy that I fed him. He still wants in here. So I apologize. I have a pair of pliers I keep because I have weak hands and can't pull that through. Okay, then I go down to this bottom hole here. Oops, don't get it stuck on your binder clip. Pull it all snug. You want it all to be snug. Then you're going to go back through this middle hole, but you want to be careful not to put your needle through any of your threads. So go back through that hole. And then you want to just snug it up. So you want to make sure it's nice and snug. It's snug on the outside. See how there's really no give in this? And then it's snug on the inside. So you want to make sure also that you have a thread on one side of the center string and on the other side, okay? And I gave myself a lot extra, so I'm just going to cut that off. And then just going to do it a little bit snugger. I'm going to tie a knot. I like to do 2 knots. Before I used the wax thread, I was using just some cotton thread, and it'll work, but I find like your knots and such as that get tighter when you use this kind. So then you just want to take your binder clips off, and just to show you, even if you didn't punch your holes perfectly, you're still going to look okay. Like if this like this one here, I didn't cover the spine of it, like to cover where the thread was, but then I've made other journals where I cover the spine wherever with some lace or something. So if you don't like the way the thread looks on the outside, you could put a piece of lace or something over here. So now you're ready to decorate your journal. And I hope y'all have enjoyed this tutorial. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and craft with me videos. Y'all have a great day. Bye.